Hello everyone. I, Ms. Bhavna Danesh Munod, welcome you all in Agricultural Development Trust, Shardabai Pawar, Mahila Arts, Commerce and Science College, Sharda Nagar, Baramati. Children, last period we were studying about principles of Henry Fayol's management. There are total 14 principles and we have studied 7 points. Till centralization we studied. Now we come to the next point, 8 point of Henry Fayol's principles of management, that is remuneration, children. See, remuneration, it plays an important role in motivating the workers of a company. Remuneration means what, children? Whatever work the employee does, on that it is being paid. The employee is getting paid whatever work is done. And when the employee gets paid for whatever works he done, he will be motivated for work, because anyone works for money. Whoever works, they works for money. Why money is required? To satisfy basic needs and have a luxurious life. So remuneration means it plays an important role to motivate workers, to motivate the employees. So remuneration can be monetary or non-monetary, monetary or non-monetary. So however, it should be according to an individual efforts they have made. The fair remuneration affects on the productivity and efficiency level in total. So the remuneration should be fixed by taking into consideration skills, expertise, knowledge, tenure, cost of living, market trend, profitability of organization, etc. Now see, monetary remuneration means it can be monetary or non-monetary. Means according to skills, according to the work, whatever things will be based, salary will be given to the workers. So they have told fixing remuneration is a very important part in management. Why? To have a smooth functioning. So according to the skills, according to the qualification, degree, the management has to fix the salary of the laborers, employees, so that there will be a smooth functioning in the organization. So according to their skills, expert knowledge, tenure, cost of living, remuneration should be fixed by the management. Then the ninth point related to Henry Fayol, see, this is a scalar chain. We'll study in detail. What is the meaning of scalar chain, children? That Henry Fayol tells us his principles highlights on the hierarchy steps should be from the top to lowest. Means regarding management, it should be followed from top to lowest, whatever steps are there. So this is necessary that every employee knows the immediate senior and they should be able to contact any if needed. See, what Henry Fayol is telling, that every employee of an organization should know their boss. This is the first step. Means every employee should know their colleague's name, also their boss name. That is the first priority when he starts working in any company organization. He should know who is his boss, and if in emergency, if in help, whom he should contact, whether supervisors, whether managers, or directly to the boss. This is the first step. First hierarchy. Hierarchy means what? Steps. Steps related to what? How to work in a company. So when you first get a job, what you will know in a company, who is your boss, whom orders you have to follow, and in emergency, whom to contact. In any case, emergency can come, so whom to contact if needed. Now scalar chain over here they have told, it means the hierarchy of authority from top level to lower level for the purpose of communication. See, when you are working in a big organization, communication is more important. So here the scalar chain tells about the top authority to low authority. Who are they and how to communicate with them. So this helps to ensure the orderly flow of information and communication. So traditionally, organizations used to frame large scalar chain, which is time consuming. Now see, during olden days, when a boss wanted to contact an employee, or an employee want to communicate with the boss, there was a longer scalar chain, long process it was there, and time consuming. Time means more time was spent in communicating. So for example, they have told over here, during what happened in olden days, a general manager, whatever decision he takes, he informs to the functional manager, then functional manager will inform to his foreman, and so on. Again, the foreman will inform to the other levels of authority. Now, for example, see, if I tell you in a simple way, scalar change means what during olden days? What it was, that suppose I am a boss in a company, say I am working in a joint stock company, I have taken a decision, means I am the CEO first, say Chief Executive Officer, then I take a decision, I inform to the board of directors. Board of directors will inform to the managers. Managers will inform to the supervisors. Supervisors will inform to the head of the particular departments. Head of the particular departments then will inform to the employees. Such a long process it was during olden days. That was also called as a scalar chain, children. Information going from top level to the low level. But how it went? From CEO to board of directors to the manager to the supervisors to the head of committee to the employees. So such a longer chain, only one decision taken, but how much time it will take? It will take, I think so, 4 to 8 days to go to the employee, the decision, whatever decision has been taken. So it is a time consuming, they told. Then to avoid this longer chain, children, to avoid this longer chain and to take speedy decisions in any organization, a direct communication was introduced that was called as gangplank, children. You can see this in the diagram C. A direct communication process was there and it was called as gangplank. If you can see the diagram in this PPT, I have mentioned over here. See, for example, see, the first olden days, you can see over here A communication means A is the boss, CEO is giving orders to board of directors, B, board of directors giving orders to, giving his decision to C, say managers then is giving decision to supervisors. Then this again the process will continue, supervisors to head of departments, EFG, that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That is a scalar chain, time consuming scalar chain, children. Now to avoid this time consumption, to take decisions fast, to take speedy decisions in an organization, then gang plan was introduced. You can see over here an arrow over there in yellow color, children, that is direct communication between D and G. Means what? Direct, either it will be cross communication or direct communication in any organization. Directly the higher authority will tell the decision to the employee directly. High authority directly contacting the low authority. No middle persons will be required. So this will be a direct contact, that is from D to G, which you can see I have mentioned an arrow over there. That yellow color you can see as gangplank, children. Gangplank. So this is about scalar chain. Keep in mind. So remuneration is there, scalar chain is there. Okay, 8 and 9 point we have studied. Now come to next point, that is principle of order. Now see, the principle of order over here is based on a place for everything and everything in its place. Means what? Whatever orders have been given, whatever directions have been given, decision has been given, a place for everything. Means everyone is following the rules and everything is on its place. For example, see, now you are at home. For example, I am telling, if your home is well managed, how it is well managed? Day to day sweeping is there. Day to day you clean your house. Your rack, your cupboards are organized well. That means everything is on its place. That is well managed house. But if you are daily at home and the things are just littering here and there, your clothes are on the floor, your bed is not arranged properly, everywhere you can see just what you can say waste material at home, that means it is not properly organized, not being ordered, the things are not on its place. So here in management process they have told, if you are giving any order, principle of this order is everything on its place, everything. That means there will be a place for everything and everything will be on its place. Means suppose at your house clothes are lying on the floor, what you will do? You will put the clothes properly in the cupboard. Yes or no? You will not just directly put. What you will do? You will fold it properly and then you will put it in the cupboard. Then the vegetables will go in the fridge. The refrigerator will be organized properly. You will sweep the floor. That means everything will go on its place and everything will be in a proper order. So here also at workplace they have told that the place for everything, workplace or an organization has a place for everything and everything will be on its place. So principle of order tells us that human resource and materials should be in the right place and at right time for maximum efficiency. So human resources should be placed at right time, right place and right job. This principle focuses on the proper utilization of physical and human resources, children. What they have told, right place and right job, means whatever human resources are there in any organization, the management should know which person is capable for what. Now suppose see I am the boss and I have 4 to 5 employees. Now from that 4 to 5 employees, I should know which employee is using best at computer, very fast, having more fast speed. So what I will do, I will select that particular employee. I know his skills are more better, best. He can complete the task on time. So I will select him and I will put him on a right position. I will make him a computer operator. Why? Because I know he has talent regarding operating a computer. So what I have done, I have put the right person at right place and I have given him the right job. That is called as principle of order. Using proper human manpower, using proper human resources, children. Then the 11th point related to principle of management by Henry Fayol is principle of equity. Now what is this equity, children? That management should be fair as well as friendly to the subordinates. So while dividing the work, delegating the authorities, deciding the monetary terms, there should not be any discrimination between the employees. It also suggests that the remuneration should not depend on the department but at the level on which subordinates are working. So the employees working on the same level but in different departments should be paid same wages. This equity will help in avoiding conflicts in the organization. Principle of equity means what? A simple way I will explain you. Equal rules should be there in any organization you are working. Now suppose say when you enter, time rule is there. So everyone in your organization, whether it would be boss, whether it would be employee, whether it would be a manager, everyone should aim same rule. If punching is at 10 o'clock, everyone should do punching before 10. Then they should follow only one rule, that after 10 if anyone punches, their late remark will be deducted. Whatever there, it will be deducted from the salary. 3 late remarks. So this rule should be by everyone, not only for a particular employee. Why? Because see, if I am the boss, I come at any time 10 to 11, 12 o'clock, but my employees are coming sincerely on time, and with a single minute if they get late remark, their salary is deducted, there will be conflict, there will be discrimination. I will not be doing justice to the employee. So this will affect the management, this will affect the organization. So equal rules for workplace should be there. Equal distribution of salary, equal distribution of bonus, whatever bonus increment will be there of employees, according to their position, according to their skills, it should be given by the management. That is called as principle of equity. Now the 12th principle of management is principle of stability of tenure. Tenure, that is work period, time. So at that time of recruitment of employees, the management should assure them about stability of tenure or job security. It plays a very important role in creating sense of belongings among the employees. So insecurity in job always affect the efficiency of employees. Adversely, whereas job security minimizes employee turnover ratio. Now see what Henry Fayol is telling. The next principle of management should be principle of stability of tenure. Now see, whoever employee works in a company. Now for example, I'll give you a simple example. I am a boss of a company and I have appointed an employee. That employee, I will tell that 1 year you should be working temporarily, but after 1 year we will see your progress and afterwards we will make you permanent. That assurity I should give my employee. Tenure means what? Working period. You will be continued next year. If the employee has not been given assurity by the boss, whether you will be continuing for 1 year or whether you will be continuing ahead, there will be what? The employee will have a stress related to the job. He will not give proper efficiency for work. See, when my employee is always under tension that my boss will make me permanent or no, whether I will get pension or no, whether I will get salary on time, whether I will get pension after retirement, these things should be cleared by the management. That is most important. That is principle of tenure means what? Your working period. For how many years you will be temporary? After 3 years you will be permanent. That criteria the management should mention to the employees. That is more important. Why he should mention about tenure? So that when the employees have satisfied, are secured with their job, they will do work more efficiently, children. So the next point is what? Principle of stability of tenure means the employee should be given guarantee by the boss that his job will be permanent and you will get a good salary as well as pension in future. Now the next point is what? Initiative. The 13th one. The 13th principle of Henry Fayol's management. That is what? Initiative. Now initiative means what? The management should support and encourage the employees to take initiative in any organization. So what will happen? It will take interest and it will also help the people to do work voluntarily in an innovative way. Now see, children, initiative means what? Now I am the boss, okay? I know I have to do the work, but from that, suppose I have 15 employees under me. From that employee, anyone is taking an initiative. He has found any new thing, new concept to change the whole method of the organization. And if that is profitable for the company, I should, as a boss, I should not only tell, I am the boss, what I tell it will be right. No, take that particular employee suggestion, follow it so that the company will be profitable. Whoever is taking an initiative to improve the betterment for company, boss should appreciate that. Boss should take into consideration because that particular employee, if appreciated, will do work voluntarily on their own. All the employees will follow this policy. So boss should appreciate whatever initiative the person is taking. If it is for the welfare of the company, if it is welfare for the organization, if it improves the profit of the company, boss should appreciate the employees so that the employees will take initiative and do work voluntarily, children. Voluntary means what? On their own. They will not depend on others. So this is initiative means what? Have new ideas. Then the last point in principles of management of Henry Fayol is Esprit de corps, children. See the word what they have mentioned over here in 14 point. Esprit de corps, that is teamwork. At last, what comes in an management and organization, children? Teamwork, which I gave you of example, cricket team. Best example for management. What is the cricket team itself? It tells us teamwork, not of any single person. It is of teamwork. So, esprit de corps. What is it? Esprit de corps. So it is means what? The meaning of the word is teamwork. Esprit de corps. The meaning of it is what? Teamwork. So the responsibility of the management to motivate their employees and to support each other regularly. So developing trust and mutual understanding will lead to a positive outcome and work environment, children. So see, responsibility of the management is what? Every time the management has to appreciate his employees, motivate, encourage them, support them whenever hard times is there, listen to their situations, listen to their problems, guide them, support them, regularly have a check on your employees. So what will happen? It will develop a trust and mutual understanding with employees and boss. They will have a mutual understanding among each other, which will be very healthy environment in work. They were positive work environment. The employees will be happy as our boss is very concerned, taking care of us. Every day is asking how are you, And the boss will also be happy as the employees are happy and doing work more efficiently and smoothly without any negative discussion. So this is called as teamwork, children. So these 14 principles of management are used to manage an organization, and they are beneficent for what? Predictions say, to predict about future. Predict means what? To tell about future, what you can do. So these principles of management can help us in prediction, planning, decision making of organization and process management. So control coordination will be done. So the cricket team is the best example of Henry Fayol's principles of management. That is 14 principles of management we have studied, children. So just we'll have a again regarding discussion about the 7 points we studied before. That is still centralization we have studied. Then we'll have a feedback, say flashback related to other points which we studied in this period. That is 8.1. In short, I will tell you, remuneration means salary. So there should be salary according to the skills, and it should be divided equally among the people, that is employees, by the organization. Then scalar chain, it has been told in a longer way also, in the shorter way is what? Gangplank. So the scalar chain means what? Time consuming it is. That is from the boss to the employee. It takes time. And gangplank is direct communication of boss with the employee. Then principles of order. That means everything should be on its place. That is principle of order. Principle of equity means what? Equal rules should be there for each and everyone. That is from the top level management to the low level management. Equal rules should be there. 12th one is principle of stability of tenure means what? Time period. How much the employee will work in his job, what is his retirement age. That should be confirmed. Will he get pension or not? Time period. So that is principle of tenure. Then initiative, any new ideas, anything is coming in mind, accept that. The boss should accept it. And the last point in Henry Fayol's principle of management is esprit de corps means what? Teamwork, children. After all, any organization to become successful, to earn more profit, should have teamwork. A teamwork is really building path of success, children. So these are total 14 principles of management. So enough for this period. Next period we'll study about different theory of management, children. Thank you, everyone.